This is TWiT.
All right, so let's see here. Mastodon, I've been spending some time on Mastodon. I've actually been really enjoying the kind of like smaller curated thing. I've also kind of explored some of the other things out there. I don't have an invite for Post. It's called Post, right? I don't have an invite for that yet. So I haven't been able to take some time with that one. Another social network that people have been checking out, because it really seems like that's where we're at right now. It's like this whole Twitter upheaval has people, if not leaving Twitter outright, kind of exploring their options. You're like, well, what else is out there? Maybe there is, another service that I want to use. One of those is Hive Social. And so I thought I'd give a little bit of background on this. And then the reason that why we're talking about Hive today is a security incident, which I'll get to in a second. But this was originally created not in the last couple of months, because if you've heard about it, probably the majority of people that are on it right now have probably heard about it, sometime in the last few months with Twitter and all that going south. It was created in 2019 by two college students, kind of a mishmash of features from other networks. And I've hopped into Hive to try and, kind of like get a sense of like, how does this integrate with, my social media needs or my life or in some way. It's really interesting because it really does pull from everything. So it's got chronological order sorting. People will love that, of course. Photos sharing, video sharing, status updates. There's a music section. There's monetization of posts, so you can monetize some posts. Link sharing, of course. One of the things that I think people like about it is that it has no personalized algorithm. It's so interesting to see how this pendulum has shifted back the other way, because it used to all be about like, how do we personalize this so you only see the things you care about? And now people are like, no, I don't want that. I just want everything in order so that I know, it's not profiling me or whatever the case may be. The app has surpassed the 1 million user point in recent weeks, and of course we can, I'm sure attribute that to the Musk Twitter drama as its fuel. And it has been, as other kind of similar social networks, like newer social networks especially, been in a good position to really capitalize on the rush that people, rush of people moving from Twitter to check out other things. So it was in a good position. And I think this story kind of goes in the direction of, yes, that's true. There are other services out there, but be very, very sure about the ones that you pick, because if they're new, they might not have the security practices in place that you hope that they do, right? Turns out that perhaps Hive Social rushed the product to market in order to kind of capitalize on the timing. As a result, it might be best to hold off on that hiving for a little bit. There's a German cybersecurity group, and I'm probably going to say it wrong, Zerforschung, I think, warned yesterday that the app is a security nightmare, as they put it. They issue the warning point blank. They say, quote, do not use Hive Social. They found a number of critical vulnerabilities. They disclosed all of these to Hive Social. One of them was the ability for attackers to, quote, access all data, including private posts, private messages, shared media, even deleted direct messages. It also includes private email addresses, phone numbers entered during login. So, I'm kind of looking at that. I'm like, well, that's really the kit and caboodle. I mean, that's pretty much everything that you don't want shared if someone logs in. You don't want anything shared, but that's the really valuable stuff. Also, attackers can edit other users' posts on the network. So yay, wow. It has an edit feature, but it's an edit feature that other people can use on your post. Many specifics as far as the details are concerned were not shared. They did this for privacy reasons, to protect current Hive users. Like I said, they did share this information with Hive a while back. After a while, Hive, the company, said that they had addressed everything. When the researchers went in to check, they found many of the original issues still existed. So now they're kind of putting out the warning to everybody. And, of course, Hive is responding. Actually, what Hive has done is they initially issued a statement to say, hey, we've heard about this. We take it very seriously. They decided to turn off the servers, they say, for a few days to address the problems to, quote, come back faster and more stable. So that's what you would hope to see is like, okay, let's stop the potential right now. They tweeted to say that there was no account compromised. So there was no actual account that they're talking about that, this payload was gained necessarily. Just that vulnerability existed. The server shutdown, they said, is preventative while they work. So yeah, just kind of a friendly reminder to, be careful in your rush to find new social networks. I don't know how you protect yourself against this without suddenly encountering it. Like who would have known? But have you used Hive Social at all? Have you checked it out for yourself, Micah?
I have. And I think one of the good things about all of these different services kicking off all at once is that it's resulted in me not really committing necessarily to many or any of them. So I often, it's just been the case of me trying to claim my username so that somebody else doesn't get it and try to pretend to be me. Sure. And so I have not sent DMs or, sent anything that I thought would be encrypted or would be locked behind this or that or the other. And that has resulted then in me not having too much to worry about as far as this goes. But it doesn't stop, the concern that I have for the folks who have, made use of this technology or of the service and who kind of did put their trust in it because, I think that FOMO has kind of been a pretty powerful thing in all of this. And when you hear about people joining this platform and you think, oh, this is probably where people are jumping to, you quickly hop into that and you hope that, that's the place to go. So you may just assume, oh, everybody else is here and everybody else is using it, so it's probably fine. And I think that that's where we have to slow down a little bit and say, let me check on this first and make sure that it's okay for me to be using this because just because everybody else is hopping on it does not necessarily mean that it's safe.
Yeah. I guess the challenge there, though, like as I think about that, because I agree, you're right, and that's kind of what I was thinking too. Is like slow down, like just be sure that there's a platform to step on. When you set your foot out in front of you, make sure that there's actually a step there, right, and you don't fall through. But at the same time, like how does any average user actually know with any certainty, like, okay, it's safe to step now? You know what I mean? Like there's no real indication like, okay, we're clear. We have no security holes. Yay. It's safe to come over. There is nothing like that. So we're always taking a risk. Anytime we check out any new app, new service, there's just no real way to be certain. So I don't know how someone does that due diligence.
You almost just have to wait. That ends up being the thing. Wait and see what happens. But then again, you wait and you don't get your username. So maybe
or lock in your username.
Lock in your username and then wait to make use of the service, which is kind of what I've been doing. Not necessarily because I thought that that's what I needed to do, but it's worked for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey folks, I'm Ant Pruitt and I have a question for you. How do you think your hardworking team, with a Club TWiT corporate subscription plan, of course, show your appreciation and reward your tech team with a subscription to Club TWiT? Keep everyone informed and entertained with podcasts covering the latest in tech. With the Club TWiT subscription, they get access to all of our podcasts ad-free. And they also get access to our members-only Discord, access to exclusive outtakes and behind-the-scenes footage and special content like the fireside chats that I enjoy hosting. Plus, they also get shows like Hands on Mac, Hands on Windows, and the Untitled Linux Show. So, go to twit.tv/clubtwit and look for corporate plans for complete details.